Hey guys, this is Julie, and this is my new baby cooking channel for Julie's Kitchen and stuff. And so today we're making teriyaki chicken, which is super simple, and that's why I chose it because it's my first video and I have no idea what I'm doing. So, first we're gonna put the water in with the rice because rice steamers are fantastic. So you just put the water in there and put it in the rice steamer, hit start, and it does everything else. Sometimes I put a little oil in there, like sesame oil, will give it a nice sesame flavor. And then next, I already trimmed the chicken here, all the fat off, and washed it and dried it. And so just stick the teriyaki sauce all over that and kind of swish it around. And here I kind of guessed on how much teriyaki sauce I used when you see the recipe a little later. But I don't know, I think it was about an ounce or something like that. I can't remember what I finally decided. So then I naturally forgot to pound the chicken breast before I put it in there. I don't pound the chicken thighs because they're so tender on their own. But the chicken breast, it's going to be a lot more tender if you just put some plastic over it so it doesn't splatter everywhere. And then pound that out and then stick it in the marinade with everything else. Here I stuck in the recipe on my fancy pants notepad because, I'm an amateur. So there's the recipe flash there. You can hit pause if you want to see what that was. So then we take the chicken breast, stick it back in the bowl there. And I let that marinate this time of probably 20 minutes or so. I would say normally maybe do it a little bit longer. I was losing the daylight as far as filming it outside, so I kind of rushed it. So then after that marinates for a while, I preheated the barbecue. I like to pretty much do it on high because then you can kind of get that brown or crispies on the outside that my husband loves, and then it's still nice and tender and juicy on the inside. So just lay those out there and um, I covered it, but I just cut out the part where the lid's shut because that's not interesting at all. So I ended up cooking them about, I timed it amazingly. And I did 10 minutes, 5 minutes on both sides for the chicken thighs. Well, there's a picture of my granddaughter because I want to do these cooking videos so that my granddaughter can see them later too when she's older and wants to cook and stuff, and also for my kids. But anyway, the thighs were 10 minutes. I did 5 minutes on each side. And then after those were done, stuck those in the bowl and let them rest. But the heat thermometer did not show that the chicken breast was quite done. So it got another, I want to say 3 to 5 minutes. Then my dogs are growling at something. So then we bring it all inside after it was all done. I let it rest just a little bit. And then you want to, this is the tricky part. You want to kind of pull it apart a little so you can see that you're cutting it against the grain. So then it's going to be a lot more tender. Chicken thighs is like the perfect way to have chicken thighs cut against the grain after they've been barbecued because it makes them super juicy and not as many of the crispy edges, which my teeth don't like. And I don't normally do chicken breast for teriyaki chicken just because the thighs are just so perfect. But I did do it this time so you can kind of see both ways. So here I also found a cool little program where I could get the nutritional facts. So I put in the recipe and then it just that analyzes it for you and gives you the nutritional facts. You just say how many servings. On this one, I said 4 servings for the size of the recipe, and that was what the nutritional facts came back at. So, um, almost done cutting the chicken, one for each dog, because you got to pay the chicken tax to the dogs. But then Padme there in the picture in the top corner, she got slobber on my hand. So then I had to go wash my hands before I touch anything. And back to picking up the chicken. So next thing, it's kind of nice to have, so here I add a little bit of extra sauce on top of it. Sometimes I do some teriyaki sauce and gourmet sauce. Sometimes I just do gourmet sauce. Gourmet sauce is a little bit thicker than teriyaki sauce and it's sweeter. So if you like it sweeter, I didn't use as much as normal this time. My husband said it tasted a little bit like it was diet teriyaki chicken because we usually use more. So um, I was just kind of winging it, trying to eyeball it, but I probably should have measured it. So then you just mix that in. Later, I decided I wanted a little bit more and put it on at the very end. And then we're going to cut those green onions that I pulled out of my garden and washed. So I got some green onions at the store, and I just keep them in water in the refrigerator. And they just started growing roots, and they were so beautiful that I just put them outside and planted them. And they're just perfect. They're just like anytime I want green onions, I just go snip a few of the bigger ones and bring them inside, wash them. It's nice to soak your homegrown herbs in some salt water first, because then if there's any bugs or anything on them, those are going to let loose and float up to the top. So you don't have to worry about having, bugs in your food. Although, what? Extra protein. So then the rice steamer is perfectly done, as usual, because rice steamers are fantastic. And so sometimes I'll just drizzle some olive oil over it, stir it in there before I dump it into the plate. But whatever you like, really. And then you can just pour that chicken right on top of it. Make a big mess. Some of it's trying to jump out. And had a mess on the side, so gotta wipe that off. So then I thought, needs more gourmet sauce. So I put some more on top. Probably should have just put more in the bowl when I was mixing it before, but like I said, I just eyeballed it. And then, of course, everybody loves toasted sesame seeds, unless they don't. And that's fine. Do what you want. It's your house. And we've got the nicely chopped green onions on top. And it's super fantastic. So give it a try. It's quick. It's easy. It really takes no time. Thanks for watching.